And it looks like we are in to the first round. We're in the planning phase of the first round now. It should be coming up on stream here any second now. But this is exciting. It'll be cool to see what we have coming down.
Yeah, so we have a very strange C-store set up here. Very like boxy storefront, and then the rooms just kind of surrounding it. The office, or the bomb, is in the office actually, and then I think the green door entrance is actually the skylight, which is not something that's too common. I don't think it happens every once in a while, but
yeah, it's interesting for sure. It's something I really enjoy. Just as a little side note, is the matching, the matching tags, and then the Darth Kermit. Like that. That brings me a lot of joy just to point that out real quick.
right in the middle.
Oh yeah, but no, it's gonna be a really interesting push here. I'm curious to see what they do, because I'm not gonna lie, on a map like this, I would potentially actually be questioning a little bit myself, because like there's I don't know, the drop from top green door, quote unquote, as it is, because it's replacing the green door. It always scares me, because it's always just so hard to work through, especially with freezer.
Yeah, a lot of angles you can just be sniped from when you drop down in that storefront. And it does look like they want to go for that, actually. They have a frag grenade ready, so they're ready for any barbed wire that's in the way. Hypa's just moving straight on that storefront skylight, not caring about any noise they're making. I believe flashbangs are going out now. No one's really holding the storefront, though. They have one person in teller, but nothing really that crazy. Hypa's just dropping in right there, taking quick control of the storefront. Are they in yet? Oh, now they are. They're all just moving in right there with the flashbangs. There we go. And now they've got control of the tellers right there. They're opening up the shutter so they can use that rotator, I believe, that teller right there. I think there's a window they can use. But now they are exchanging some shots in arcade, and we're seeing the Hypas moving in, pushing Fierce back a little bit. They do exchange the shot right there. A complete trade right there between Kai and Zombie Bacon. They just shocking each other right in the face. And now we have Lamp Shady killing Adaxi, and now Hypa's got very, very good control of office right there. We are seeing Inkgeek now getting a pick on the rotate right there on marbles, watching their back, making sure they're not getting flanked. And now they got control of the bomb room. Birdie's setting up on the bomb, getting ready to defuse. And now they're covering each other. Birdie is covering that doorway to bathroom. And now they're switching out. Fierce moving in. Stars is just going in with the shotgun. Gets killed, though. And now we have another kill on the defender side, getting Zyla right there, and the bomb defuses at 70%. There's nothing he can do, and now he's going to go down, and Hypa takes the first round with a very strong eco round on the attack side.
Oh man, that was incredibly well played. That was just beautiful how efficient and clean it was, and like the trade at the beginning was also kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, they're just shocking each other right in the face.
Oh man, but no, that was probably the most efficient attack I've ever seen, honestly. It was clean, it was straight in, and it was just blatant aggression too. Like they sprinted, they went straight in, they didn't hide, they didn't slow walk. And that's something that we saw a lot in the last game was, slow walk, let's not let them know where we're going. None of that for Hypa. Just sprint to the roof, hold the angles. I was kind of surprised Fierce didn't have anyone playing Freezer to at least like get maybe a pick or two off that drop, just in case they went for it. But
yeah,
not much you could do against that.
Yeah, very efficient use of the flashbangs as well, moving in all together. And wow, this is an interesting factory. What's that fan? It says shoot to enter. I think it's a green door entrance. You just shoot it and you can go in.
Yeah, they I think that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. The green door fans got put on a couple maps. You shoot it from the outside and you can open up the fan, which
interesting.
It is interesting. I'm a big proponent of it, simply because it's nice for the attackers to be able to get the high ground early without wasting excessive utility. Now, obviously, Hypa has all the utility they need right now. They still have 2 door charges, the wall charge, both clackers. They can pretty much waste eco on this, and it looks like they're taking the door charge and a single clacker. Doesn't look like they're going for the lights play here either, which this is obviously the last map in this rotation they could do so, because Shoot House being the third map. But it's exciting to see what they're going to do. I like that they're not necessarily trying to waste their time on a light push, because honestly, with the location of the lights here, it doesn't feel like lights would be the smartest play. It takes you out of the game. Yeah. It takes you away from the diffuser. It's just not necessarily a great place to be headed.
They're actually spamming some shots through the trucks here to make sure no one's inside the docks. Wasting a lot of ammo doing it, though. But they didn't actually grab the mob player that was sitting inside the trucks. So that's interesting to see. But now a smoke going in, or a flashbang going in to the top of the factory, blinding anyone, and Birdie gets a kill right off the bat with that. With the Saber all the way from there. I'm telling you, these Saber shots are insane from these players. And now smoke going out to block off the sideline, and now they're moving up this catwalk. The defenders are kind of scrambling on the generator right now. There's not much they can do. I mean, they can't move anywhere. The attackers are just moving in with the AP-25 and the Black Tar, although they do have an attacker going in by themselves, and now they are taking out. A trade right there coming from a Hypa player, Zombie Bacon. Xylo trading in with Zombie Bacon, now pushing this final defender up north, but they do get the trade right there to 2v2. Birdie clearing out the docks right here. This truck player, the mop, flashing that out and taking them out right there. Very slow, there we go, getting that kill. Now Xylo waiting for his teammate right there on generator, waiting for Birdie to come up to be able to take out a Daxi, who is sitting right there on the bomb, right on the other side of the generator. Very close to each other. Birdie slowly turning the corner to make sure it's clear. They're playing very close together here. They're playing very well with their team. And I think Xylo wants to go in for the flank, but Birdie getting some kills or getting some shots in a Daxi does take out a Daxi. Birdie with a 3K during the round. Very strong Saber shots coming from Birdie, and Xylo finishes off the defuse right there.
That was clean. That was just all the way around clean. And you can see that they're marking where the clacker is, so that way they don't lose that value there. Something I very much like to see. That first kill was really what set that whole thing in motion. You know, you had two people up on the catwalk next to generator. If he hadn't gotten that first pick, I'm kind of surprised that they put the mop in the truck the way they did.
I'm not sure what the purpose of it was. I think that they could have. So I think it holds the bomb angle pretty well, but it's a little bit hard to see, especially if they went through dock, which is exactly what happened. It's really hard to see what's going on from that truck.
Yeah, that was my thought process, because yes, you have the bomb angle there, but first off, all they got to do is hit the button to close you in. So if they know you're there, you're irrelevant for the rest of the round if they get that. And number two, it limits your field of view into such a narrow window. All you have is the bomb and then the outside of the truck. I feel like the mop might have been better utilized either under fan, where he had the full angle down docks, or even on that catwalk and then backing off to the other side as necessary.
Yeah, so Hypa's just starting off really strong here, I think. They have the 2 rounds under their belt right now, and they did that first round eco, they did that second round with a normal charge, and now I think they're going on to the kill house here. Very weird setup on this kill house, but we are going to see the auto shoddy in play now. The defenders are racking up on some of their last bit of weaponry and utility as well. I mean, they've lost a lot these past few rounds. They used a lot of utility and guns early on, and now Hypa's got control of those weapons. They have the mop under their control, they have the wall charge, they have the door charge, and this is going to be a rough round, I think, for the defenders.
I definitely agree with that. It's not going to be easy, especially with how the attackers, I don't know if you noticed there, but they picked up the mop at the end of that round. Depending on how much ammo they got with it, they might run with it. Lumberyard is a very valuable place to have a mop on either side, because just such a long line of sight. If you can sit out there and have someone get that button open, you got line of sight all the way into the vault. That mop could be potentially extremely useful. And of course, mop on the defenders is single shot to the body. I think arms and legs don't count, but single shot to the body kill. So that could be extremely useful.
Yeah, they've got really good weaponry under their control. They've got good utility. And now they do have a defender set up in the vault, ready to shoot anyone that comes in. But
no
the attackers are splitting up here. Yeah, no mob. I think they just left it behind. They didn't want it. but they do have 3 APs set up on the south side of the club. Birdie's taking an insanely back angle.
Oh yeah, I like it because if they get that vault door open, he's gonna be able to do so much damage to the guy in vault.
Yeah, a push going in on club here, and we're seeing that that Hypa is just taking quick control of the situation. They instantly have club, and now they just got to push this auto shotty. Now this is going to be the true test of Hypa's. The wall charge goes off. The auto shotty him. I did not think that's where they were going to put that, and that instantly clears out the auto shotty. There's nothing they have to worry about. Now they have the auto shotty. They're able to use that to their advantage, and Frag Grenade gets a Fierce member, and now Kai's stuck in a corner with the knack. Like, that was absolutely well played from Hypa, and Kai going down after getting a pick there. The Molotov, I mean, did get one of the attackers, but an insanely well played wall charge right there. And now it's just up to Stars in the vault by themselves, having to hold it down, and Birdie's just going to spray them down with the Saber. Not hitting any shots just yet, though. But Shady's just going to move in right there with the auto shotty, clearing it out. Flash goes off, and Star... nothing they can do. And third, their attack, they are strong.
That was such a strong start. I don't know about you, but I definitely thought coming into this game that I knew it was going to be a very tough, hard-fought game, but I definitely thought Fierce might have the advantage. Just seeing the talent on that roster, I felt like Fierce might have the slight edge, but it hasn't been close yet. The first 3 rounds are through, and Hypa is just walking through them with wonderful planning, perfectly placed flashbangs. Like the flashbang is really like one of the biggest differences I've seen between the first match tonight and this match is the flashbang placement is just on point.
Yeah, they're making really good use of the utility. I mean, the flashbangs, the door use of charges so far has been magnificent so far. It is actually so good. That wall charge play was imperative to them winning that round. They got the auto shotty out instantly. I think they knew that someone was going to be hiding ready for that the button press, I mean. And so I think that wall charge was super important to them winning the round.
Absolutely. That is what turned the whole round to the other side. It could have gone either way. You know, Hypa had gotten an early pick already, but with the auto shotty in a good player's hands is usually 2 people, maybe 3, depending on how stacked up they are. You know, so it was really just to see them get that kill, which was really highly intelligent, and also a little bit of luck that he wasn't aware of exactly what they were doing. But man, that was so smart and so fortunate.
And they instantly, you know, picked up on it. They got the auto shotty and they just started spraying through the wall at the last defender that was heading in the corner. Okay, anyway.
So smart.
Yeah, there's a lot of background noise going on for me, my bad. But yeah, now we got the C store. Now the teams have switched. Hypa's now on defense.
Yeah.
How do you think Fierce is going to respond to Hypa's push here? I mean, they had strong attack rounds, but how do you think they're going to react on their attack rounds now?
I think it's going to be interesting to see. Like, I think this first round is really gonna set a dynamic for them as to how successful their rounds are going to be. You see them bringing the shotgun. It looks like they're going storefront as well. No one's holding storefront. It looks like Hypa's given up the entire south side of the map. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond on this particular map, especially.
Yeah, I mean, they're going with the same plan that Hypa did last round. They're just going for that storefront green door and just moving straight through the skylight. We're seeing getting a little bit of deja vu here. Exact same plan. There is no difference in what's happening now, but do have one player up in arcade though. Birdie just kind of spraying at them with the Angmar, and the flash going in through the teller's gate. Not really catching anyone though, although Birdie is very low in health now. The taxi moving with the shotgun. They do have a player playing peekaboo on the window there on office, but nothing yet. A taxi with the smoke, in the smoke with Birdie. right next to each other. But now they're pushing through storage. Flash is going out, and Autoshot is in the corner. Xylo rushes straight through, gets taken out. And Autoshot, he peeks now, getting 1 kill, but does get taken out now. And Adaxi does get the kill over in Arcade. And now it's up to the 2 defenders inside of Office now. Adaxi goes straight in, dies. And now they have control of Arcade again. Marbles trying to salvage it a little bit, trying to get the pick off again, but nothing really. The shotgun ping, peekaboo, and now another player goes down on the Office, and there we go. A round goes to Fierce, their first round so far, and they're starting off in a pretty good attack round, but I mean, look at their health. They've been damaged quite a bit. Hypa put up a pretty good fight.
Oh yeah, that was a really solid attack. Honestly, that was just very well planned out. They didn't copy exactly what Hypa did. They had their own concept, and they brought it perfectly. The fact that they were able to get the auto shotty down while only losing 1 player to it is so valuable. To be able to take down the man wielding the auto shotty, especially when there was 3 people clumped up there, and he only got one of them. So to be able to take the auto shotty down before losing 2 players, or even all 3 of them to it, was just so valuable to that round.
Yeah, that round was rough for Hypa, and Fierce took very good control of the map. That storefront breach seems to be extremely strong. I'm surprised I haven't seen any of the defenders try to hold that better. I mean, no one was watching it at all that time, and I think that gave them way too much control of the map than Hypa would have wanted there.
I was actually, like, I think I mentioned it before, like right when the round started, was that they gave up control of the entire south portion of the map. And on certain maps you can get away with that. Certain maps are very strong for that, but that one I don't think is one that it worked. You saw that Fierce gave up most of the south of the map in their first round. My dogs are going off.
Okay.
They gave up most of the southern part of the map in the same map, and it didn't work out for them. So to see Hypa use largely the same concept for their defense was kind of strange to me, honestly.
Yeah, that's interesting. The rounds that C-Store seems to be very sided towards the attackers there, especially if they don't hold that storefront. And we're seeing that the attackers took advantage of that storefront, getting that teller button very quickly, and just using that window into the bomb site to kind of put pressure on the defenders as much as they could. So now we've got this factory, and I don't know how the attackers are going to respond to the last round as well. We saw that the attackers last round, Hypa, they went through the docks and they took very quick control of the generator, and then they played it a little bit slowly, waited for each other to group up, and then they pushed together. And so I wonder how Fierce is going to attack this map now.
I'm inclined to believe that they're going to go through servers. Oh, there's a frag grenade right there. If they go through servers, that would probably be the smarter play here. It looks like Hypa's setting up for a dock hold with the locations they've got their players at. They've got a lot of people looking at that dock. So I feel like going servers is going to be the best bet. If they can get a flash on and a frag onto that set of barb right there, they'll be in a really good spot to get inside. And maybe they're going to play for lights, maybe not. I assume they would with where they're going, but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, they do have people set up to throw smokes and flashes through the top now. And there we go. We are seeing a smoke coming in through the sea. Oh, a frag grenade landing right on Xylo.
What a nade!
Right off the bat. Wow. That is super, super smart to throw that right there under the forklift, getting that kill. Wow. Okay, and now the attackers are using this advantage to move into Toxic, getting another kill. They do get traded out, though, but it actually goes down. Stars get the trade right there. They do have a player up on Fan watching that, and they do get the kill right there from Fan, and now they're using this to push onto Generator. The defender there is just confused. They're completely flashed. There's nothing they can do, and now the last member of Hypa goes down. Fierce ending the round with 4 players alive. That frag grenade was so important to that round. Just instantly taking out Xylo. I mean, that put them at such a large disadvantage right off the bat. And wow.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely huge. That getting that, and especially because like what that does. Oh, look at the hearts. But what that does to like a defender, like mentally, to just get killed that quickly, that instantly. Like your whole team scrambles at that point because there's a gap to fill at that point. So for them to be able to take him out And then look at all the time they've got left. They can go shopping. They can go grab whatever they want.
Yeah.
It was just such a good play. And then even their push, like even without the frag grenade, like that push was so coordinated, so just powerful. They just ran straight through and took everything.
Yeah, you can tell everyone knew what role they had, what they had to do, where they had to go, and where they were aiming. And they even, had someone up on the fan that was able to get a pick for the ground team to move in. And honestly, everyone was in the right place at the right time. Their utility was in the perfect place. I thought it was a smoke going in, but when that frag blew up.
Yeah, I was afraid it was a flashbang, which would have been such a waste. And I was like, oh, please don't be. And then I realized it was marbles, and there's no way the guy would make that mistake.
Yeah, that was such a smart play coming from Fierce. And I think what we're seeing here is that the attackers have a lot more freedom. We're seeing that from both teams. When they're on the attacking team, they have a lot more freedom to control the flow of the round. And so we're seeing that Hypa, they attacked quick and precisely, and Marbles is just moving with, very strong pushes and coordination to clear out the rooms. And, they kind of have their own play styles, but it's working in similar fashions where they're able to counteract each other by just playing against the enemy's weaknesses and their own strengths.
Absolutely. And it's funny because we talked earlier about how like the health advantage for attackers sometimes like makes up for the defender's advantage, but then there's other times when you see like at the highest level of gameplay in this game that attacker's health advantage really is a big advantage. If you can, especially coupled with a good flashbang, it's very hard to counter that as a defender. If they know where you are and they can get a flashbang on you, between that and their health advantage, it's just very difficult to counteract.
Yeah, man, these rounds have been crazy.
Oh man, I'm so happy I got to cast this because I'm just to watch this clinic on attack from both teams has just been so much fun.
This is absolutely amazing. Well, now we're seeing how Fierce is going to attack this kill house. We saw that, Hypa, they went through the club, they went through that red door, and there weren't that many defenders to hold them off. They were all set up in the office, and this is where we saw the wall charge being used to clear out that back cubicle. And I don't know how they're going to attack this. I think Fierce, they're going for the kitchen play here, it seems. They're kind of setting up and getting ready to breach the kitchen, I believe, and they do have also people going up into lumberyard to watch that vault area, make sure it's clear. But they're setting up. They do have the wall charge there. I'm not sure where the wall charge is going to be used. A smoke going off into the roof, blocking off sightline into office. And now we're seeing the player in kitchen getting one pick and then finally going down, bringing it a little bit more even. But this is very important. Wall charge going down, ignoring that barbed wire, and the Molotov's going to go off to delay them. This is kind of rough for Fierce. I mean, they're just being stopped every way through here. Their momentum is really halted, but they still have got a little bit of time. They can still work with this.
No, for sure. This isn't like their momentum definitely has been stopped, but I don't think this is really a huge issue for them yet. They've if they can get that vault open and have one person hold that button, they can just get in and start the defuse. So if they can just get down in there, get two of these picks, and then hold the other guys in club, it's very possible for them.
And now they're moving in with the flashbangs. A knack coming out of the cubicle, spraying down one of the attackers, but then another defender going down. Now they're trading now. Just back-to-back trades. It's a 2v2. The attackers are kind of low on health. Stars by themselves. Birdie chasing down Stars. Unrelenting, just not caring. Just running into the vault with them. Maybe they can throw the Molotov in there. Nope, they're missing out on that opportunity. Silo trying to, shoot at Stars, but a frag grenade going in will take out Silo. Marbles has just been back-to-back fragging with the frag grenades here. Just absolutely great placement of these frag grenades.
That was just such a smart throw on Marble's part to begin with, but then the way they stacked kitchen like this, we talked about this in the last game, how people didn't how they could have like opened the vault, and if they can get someone in, even if the defenders close it, they're still in the vault. And that was something they did very smart there. They opened the vault because they knew they had someone close, and then they just ran away. You saw Birdie chasing so hard that whole time, so they knew that they could turn their disadvantage into an advantage. They 3-stacked the wall hole that they made, pushed in, got the button, got a couple trades in with, especially against my favorite gun, the NAC 11, and then they got the door open and got the heck out of Dodge. So smart.
Yeah, that round was very close, honestly. I mean, it was up to anyone. I think what could have been done better was the Molotov being thrown in to delay the bomb defuse, but
for sure,
running in there with the knack by yourself is probably not the best move there.
Absolutely. And it's the way this game is playing out, it's starting to look like maybe whichever team actually wins the defensive round is going to potentially have the huge advantage going on from here.
The attacking side seems to be steamrolling here. I'm not sure if it was the maps. The maps looked pretty, balanced for the most part. It looked like it could be anyone's game, but I think the teams are just a lot stronger on attack than they are on defense, maybe. We're seeing a lot more like creative attacking plans than we've seen before, and I think that's normal from these teams. These teams are extremely experienced, and they're very well, experienced in how the game works. So they're able to come up with a lot more creative plans.
Yeah, it's fun watching, and I've been watching Marbles play for quite a while now, and so like it's really cool to get to see him in his element right now because he's just having so many smart plays. I'm gonna be honest with you, when he was in the vault there with the mop on attack, I was worried. I was like, man, if the other person that was with him goes down, he's gonna be in a big amount of trouble. But that's 2 frag grenade kills that he got out of those 3 attacks. That's just ridiculous.
He got off the bomb, threw the frag out, and just went right back to defusing.
Yep, no hesitation.
Now they're moving out of their truck here. It looks like they want to do a 3-2 split between the green door and the office. There's a lot of, they're going to run into a little bit of force here against Hypa. They're setting up an office. They do have 2 people there. Shotgunning open that arcade door, now blowing up the office door, and now the defenders have got their attention split. They don't know what to go for exactly, but I think they're committing to staying on office, instantly taking out a defender right off the bat, and Zyla does also get taken down. Dagger just getting 2 kills right off the bat. And now, it's up to the 3 defenders on the left side of the map. They're holding bathroom and storage, but I don't think that's going to be enough for them. They have to really stick together. They have very weak weapons. They're using the knack, which the knack can be great in certain situations, but I think against these weapons on the attacking side, it's going to be a bit rough. And Adaxi's even getting ready for a smoke grenade on the corner of the map. We're going to see this go down any second now. A smoke grenade blocking off that doorway, which is going to be even more rough. There we go. Smoke grenade going off. And the Molotov delaying that and kind of denying that smoke grenade from doing anything. That smoke grenade is going to be basically wasted. The Molotov's going to delay them for long enough that smoke's going to dissipate.
Looks like we got one member of Fierce taking the long way around.
Oh yeah, that might catch them off guard. They're splitting up for a pincer attack. Flash is going in, and now they're all moving with precision, moving in together. 1 knack kill, 2 knack kills, and moving out not enough to grab another kill, but now the shotgun is moving outside the freezer, not able to do much. They're trying to get 1 more kill at the very least, but I mean, even then, the Fierce can just defuse this, and there's not much they can do. They've got all entrances covered. Kai getting ready with the shotgun, getting 1 kill, maybe going for another on Marbles, but not getting it. Marbles finishing off the round and getting it to a 4-3 in favor of Fierce.
That was just another intense attacking round. It's just been attackers all game so far, and
yeah.
They're all so creative that smoke could have been such a good play if that Molotov hadn't come out at that time.
Yeah, that timing was kind of weird. Like instantly, right off the bat. I think they were planning on throwing the Molotov, and I guess it was just a coincidence they happened to throw it at the exact same time. That's rough for the attacking team, but they still got it in the end. They were able to adapt very easily to the situation. They didn't want to just needle themselves into 1 door. They wanted to spread out their force and going through those 2 different entrances.
But it was also smart on their part because there was 3 doors. There was the east door, the south door, and then the west door. And instead of trying to go on a full-on flank all the way around to the west side, they didn't want to wait too long, and also they didn't want to split their forces too much, because if you do that, you get picked off on the west side. There's no one to trade that kill for you. So them going south and taking basically 2 versions of a very similar angle, it allowed them to cover each other and still have 5 men in 1 attack just from 2 angles.
Yeah, they made very good use of the entrances to that bomb site, and I think that's what won them from the round there.
For sure. Looks like we have a power play coming out from them here.
Ooh.
So it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, they're going for that green door push, it seems. I don't think they want to go for any explosive entrances on this map. It looks like they're saving that for the last map. But
that's very smart. A lot of people I've played with, a lot of teams think that they should use like one explosive each round. And if you win the first round, that is still possible because you should have both clackers left, hopefully, if you remember to pick it up. But not doing that for a round, going eco for a round can also, although it looks like they might have someone going dock. So I might be eating my words here, but also not doing that oftentimes will give you a huge advantage in the final round when you have two explosives. So you can do a pinch or a double push from two red doors instead of having to do green and red. You can do red and red, red in storefront, red in dock. Like there's so much more that you can do to really throw the opposing team off.
Yeah, and it looks like they're setting up for that plan. The charge is instantly going up in the docks. They're getting ready for this push. A lot of the defense force is focused on the middle and right side. No one really setting up on Toxic. They don't have anyone watching that window or that door. Although they do have Xylo, I believe, on that window, getting ready to cover that. Adaki does maybe eat a couple shots. No, not just yet. They're just exchanging some shots, but nothing really is connecting. And now the attackers are starting to push in. Now some shots are connecting now. And now they're flashing in and starting to get ready for this push. Smoke's going in through the windows. Flash is going out. Xylo trying to hold their best off on the server side, but nothing much. Birdie getting the mob shot all the way on Fan, instantly taking out one of the attackers that went on Fan. Doc's not getting blown up, and Fierce is just moving in from all angles now. But Shady gets a kill on servers, pushing back the attacker that's there, turning the power back on for his team. This is very, very important for the defenders, but now he gets taken out. The power's going to go back off. Birdie can't see anything with a mop right now. And Office is under attacker control. Birdie gets taken out by Marbles, who had a Saber. He got out-sniped, and now it's up to the last Hypa member that's inside the truck. Xylo, stuck inside the truck. They don't know where he is, though. Fierce is going to turn all their backs to Xylo right now. They don't know where Xylo is. And Xylo's going to go for the attack here any moment now.
Close the truck. Just close it. Lock him in.
They don't know it's there. Xylo popping out, trying to get a kill, but not enough. Marbles getting a 3K for the round. And Fierce, once again, proving that the attacking rounds are just doing wonders for them so far.
Man, that is, yeah, it's been just beautiful attack after beautiful attack. Even when this one stalled, like I would say this is the first round that I've really seen the stall that I thought could cause them to lose. Even on the last shoot house, when they stalled and the molly came out, I was like, I feel like they're still in an advantageous position here. But this one, I was like, getting the lights back on, losing the guy there, I felt like that was a difficult position for them to be in, and for them to be able to bring it back and get the kills. I feel like Hype overpeaked in one or two situations there when instead of waiting for the attacker to come to them, they tried to take the fight to the attacker, which didn't work out to their advantage, unfortunately. But it's hard not to be aggressive, especially in a game like this. If you trust your gun, it's hard not to be the guy that's constantly pushing. The patience is very valuable and sometimes very difficult to learn.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I'm not one to be talking. These guys are all so much better than me in every way, shape, or form.
Well, now we'll see if Hypa can get a defense round here. I mean, I think that once any team gets one defense round under their belt, I think that puts them in a really, really good position, because we're seeing that they're extremely strong on attack, and if they can deny one attack round at the very least from Fierce, then Hypa's in a very good situation. So this is their last opportunity to really hammer in their advantage here, because they're at a 3-5 disadvantage. So they're gonna have to win, round after round on attack, and it's gonna be kind of nerve-wracking for them.
Absolutely, it's gonna be tough to come back if they lose it. Now, obviously, as we've seen, the attackers haven't lost a single round so far, but I just know the mental side of it when you're down 3-6 like that. That'll play with you a little bit. Maybe you'll play a little bit some people go too aggressive with it. Some people go the other way. They'll play it really cautiously, and it'll just take them out of what their standard game would be.
We're seeing the auto shotty in play here. Let's see what the attackers are up to. They do have a wall charge, and I'm not sure why they have night vision goggles. I guess it's just for the looks. But
it's a fashion statement.
Yeah. I'm not sure where the wall charge is going to be used. I'm trying to look what their plan is, but I think
they're going to use it on club door.
Maybe.
I think because I think they used the door charge on docks instead of the wall charge in the last round. So I think they're probably going to be taking advantage of it to get inside club. Maybe.
That auto shot he's set up in the hallway, though, it's going to be a bit rough if they try to go through there. But it looks like they're going for club, like you said. So I don't think they're going to have to run into the hallway that much. But now the charge is going up. Yeah, they do have the wall charge set up on the club door. I see that now. This is what some people don't think of, that, you can use the wall charge for doors as well. And Birdie's just caught out of position, getting completely demolished by that flashbang. And the defenders are not looking too hot right now. A frag grenade's going to go up by a Dax, I'm assuming. Getting this barbed wire. There we go.
Wall bang.
Frag grenade going off. And, oh yeah. Getting that wall bang through the wall right there. And one attacker is down. A Daxi going down. And now Molotov holding them off. Nothing out of the ordinary. We've seen this round after round. A lot of Molotovs being used to delay pushes, but now that Molotov is dissipated and training is open, they don't really have many people in there. Now we have a shotgun set up, and I believe there's someone in training in the back, but now the attackers are pushing in all one by one. One attacker goes down, and now it's up to Ink trying to get the kills here, getting one kill, not getting the other. Marbles clearing it up, but the auto shot is coming in. Trying to get marbles. There we go, getting marbles. It's looking good for Hypa. A Molotov getting thrown, but it's gonna get wasted there. No one's really there, and the last person's in the hallway.
He does have two flashbangs.
This is probably. Oh yeah, if they flash into each room, then they're safe. But they're just going in straight with the auto shotty. That's really bad.
Man.
They went in by themselves, and now they're down a player. But I mean, at least the attacker's extremely low in health. Dagger's super low in health with flashes though. But Zylo's in the back area of training. If the flash goes in the middle of training, then he might not be able to get flash. There we go, one flash going in. Now the other flash going in even deeper. Zylo getting the kill on the Fierce member, and now Hypa is looking good for the next half.
Oh, wow.
Fierce is going to have to put their defense shoes on. They're going to have to win another defense round to make sure they don't lose this, because, I mean, so far the pattern has been that the attackers have just been steamrolling. But now we have a bit of shift, and we'll see what happens.
Now is going to be, in my opinion, now is kind of the crux of the match. This is going to be where it really gets decided, because the first defender round finally got won. It only took 9 rounds, but we finally got defenders to win a round. And this is where Fierce really has to bounce back. Because even though they're up 5-4, with how the match has been going, in all honesty, they're most likely equal to or slightly down at this point, just because of how both teams have been attacking. So this is a hard hold. Honestly, this map is very difficult with the location of Freezer. It's hard to hold there in storefront, and bathrooms are a defender's paradise sometimes, but
a lot of stalls in this bathroom right here.
Oh yeah, and it looks like there might be a wall play, is what they're thinking maybe. So
yeah, I believe that the defenders are trying to plan for a
they're trying to
there, but
which would be a very interesting play on my part. I don't like wall charging into bathroom there, because of how bathroom is, could be very difficult, very tough to do. But
it does give them control of that power and straight into the bomb room. It's a pretty powerful position, but it's a bit of a risk.
Yeah, high risk, high reward. But it doesn't look like the attackers are planning that, which I think might be their best advantage. With how they got a defensive round, playing their game, playing smart is probably going to be the best chance they get to win this, instead of doing this super high risk gameplay.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the attack plan is. They haven't really planned much. I think they just have some lines. I think they're going for the storefront push, although it's a bit interesting to see that, because, I mean, they could go for any of the other entrances. Even Tellers is not that bad of a play in that situation, but we're seeing that the attackers are not really planning for much. I think they're trying to go with the flow here. I'm not too sure, but they are splitting up, though.
It's definitely an interesting storefront push if that's what they're going for, because this is one of the places that I don't really see storefront as being a huge advantage.
Yeah, but they are going for that teller's charge. I think they're splitting it between green door and tellers. I believe that's their plan right now. And they do have that the flash is ready. You know, they're waiting for their teammates. A charge gets blown up. Storefront's gonna get opened now, and now they have an attacker out front looking into freezer, trying to get that pick onto the person in freezer. Not catching anyone just yet though. The attackers have very good, solid control of the south side of the map, and if they can get even better map control, they can completely surround the defenders that are in the bomb room area. I think they're trying to flood into freezer. There we go, taking the freezer control, making sure that it's clear. And now it's up to attackers to see how they want to breach this. Fierce is completely surrounded. You know, they have control of the bathroom. If Hypa wants to get a bit of control here, they should go for bathroom. But Fierce is kind of letting go of bathroom a little bit. They're going towards the office. They know that Hypa's going towards office, and now flashes are getting thrown in. And now they've got a bit of an attack going on here. One pick goes for the Hypa side, and now it's up to a 3v5. Hypa's clearing out office very quickly. And Fierce with the shotguns and the groupers and the KR. They do have one Molotov, but the Molotov's in bathroom. They're not going to be able to hold off the storage push, especially if Zombie goes in here with the shotgun. Zombie does open up the freezer door with a shotgun. A frag grenade goes off in storage. Nothing crazy, though. Birdie throws a flash in, flashing everyone in the room. Hypa moving all together. One person on bomb gets 1 kill with the shotgun, 2 kills with the shotgun. And then finally goes down. Hypa gets the first win of their half here. Bring it to a 5-5. They're definitely still in the advantage though. Remember, they won that defender round.
Oh yeah, and that was a huge play from them. I think the most disappointing part of that round for me was when Marbles pushed into freezer on the flank and got absolutely wasted. There wasn't much he was able to do in there, which is unfortunate. Because if he had taken 1 or 2 down there, that round could have turned in a very different direction.
Yeah, it's looking rough for Fierce right now. They kind of got cornered. I mean, they let the attackers take too much map control. They stuck to the northern and western and slightly eastern side of the map, but mostly the northern side of the map. And that's not that good because the bomb room has 3 entrances, which means that the attackers can kind of choose when they can pincer attack you. So yeah, like you said, it's very rough for them. And the Hypa took very good control of that, and instantly just once they had that flash go off, they all pushed in together. No one lagged behind. Everyone was in.
Yep, and that's the way to go. I've seen a lot of teams where they'll stagger one after the other because mostly they're afraid of team killing. Where, let's be honest, I'd rather get a team kill and then kill the opposing player on the other side, which. Not saying I want to take you down from full health to 0 and then kill someone, but if he's lighting you up and I can get that kill instead of holding my gun, I'm going to do that. I'm not going for a team kill. I'm not intentionally putting you between me and the opponent. And a lot of players don't do that, but I noticed a lot of the higher players, they will. They'll just stack. And if it just so happens that you hit your teammate, you hit your teammate. It's not the end of the world. You just move forward with it and just hope the enemy died as well.
Yeah, I think it's all about playing as a team in this game, and sometimes a bullet goes in the back of your head, your teammate's head, but sometimes that's what happens.
Sometimes it does. It'll be interesting to see here. It looks like Hypa might be setting up for a grenade through the window. Which
yeah, I think they're trying to set up. I think they might be guessing some of the positions of the defenders. So I think they're trying to maybe smoke off, or like you said, frag grenade off those positions.
I would hope for a smoke there because that'll smoke off a fan from anyone holding the mop on that long angle that we saw them take on their defensive turn. So
yeah,
here's hoping, but we'll see. It looks like they're gonna go green door maybe, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm excited. These next 2 rounds are gonna be intense.
We are seeing Fierce set up a lot more aggressively on the Toxic than we saw Hypa last time. Hypa was very passive from what we saw on this map. They kind of let them take Toxic control, and now we're seeing that Fierce is taking very close control with the mop there. Just setting up right up on that window. As soon as anyone peeks, they're going to get their skull taken off. So we are seeing some split here coming from the attackers. Birdie and Inked Geek are just moving up the eastern side of the map, while the rest of the team's on the west side of the map, getting ready on that green door. And I believe Birdie and Geek are setting up for smokes and frag grenades through the windows. Yep, I do believe a frag grenade is gonna. Oh no, it's just a flash, normal flash, and that's prepared for a birdie peek on the fan. And now they're moving into toxic altogether. The mob gets pushed back a little bit, tries to get a shot off, but does get taken out. Flash is going into office, pushing out anyone that's on the windows, and now another defender goes down. It's not looking good for Fierce. Hypa's got the advantage here. A Molotov goes down in shelving, but it's not really going to catch anyone. I believe it was a panic Molotov. I'm not too sure, but Fierce is really tucked into their own corners here. They're split up. Shady gets 1 kill, does get taken out by Stars, the first death on Hypa's side, and Stars does jump down and change positions. Servers, Birdie goes down, and IntGeek now gets the power off. It's not looking good for Fierce at all. Zombie Bacon's taken the high route here, jumping on to Stars, getting the shotgun kill, and now they're going to finish with the defuse, getting that Molotov as well from the defenders as well. He does have the Molotov from the body.
Oh man, that was a smart push. You hate to see what happened to the mop in office there. That was unfortunate. But I think that's the life of a mop player. Sometimes you just keep holding angles even when maybe you should back off and try and save it and take a different long angle, but just unfortunate on his part.
Yeah, not much you can do there, especially with the aggressive push Hypa went for.
Oh yeah, that was a hard rush. The only thing I really could have seen the mop doing is maybe get out the window and at least take advantage of your whole body not being seen through the window. You know, just have your chest and head over it. But either way, it was a hard position to be in there.
Yeah, and now Hypa's got the massive advantage. They're 6-5. They've got the defense round under their belt, and now they're looking to grab the next attack round. This is the last round. You know, it's all up to this. And this is the climax of the entire match we've seen so far. It's neck and neck right now, but Hypa's got the advantage. They're on attack. They have the utility, and Fierce is a bit in a pickle here because we've seen that this map has worked for defenders in the past, though. So, you know, it's possible they could grab it, but we'll see how Hypa reacts to Fierce's plan on defense because this is gonna be tough.
Oh yeah, and Fierce is definitely on their heels right now. I think that last round honestly looked a little bit disjointed on their part. I think that they were surprised by the push, and they're also, I feel like their momentum is a little bit gone, having lost that attacking round, 2 rounds ago, and so hopefully they can bring it back. Let's see if we can get our first tiebreaker of the tournament and go to the points. But it really comes down to Hypa here. It how well they do their push, how well they place their flashes, and then Fierce. Like if they can, it's all about position right now for them. It looks like they're planning for the Western office hold potentially, and but Hypa's going east. So like, can they make the rotation? Can they get back through? Will the auto shotty get kills? Like, we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, and it's looking like a pretty basic attack plan here, moving into reception, going to the club door. We saw this last time, and honestly, it's really the only thing you can do here because office is a little bit risky to take sometimes, especially if they want to stick the auto shotty in office. There's a lot of cubicles they could hide, so it's a bit risky to take office sometimes. Club is a little bit safer, but not the safest option as well.
For sure. Office is high risk, and in my opinion, low reward, really, because club gets you to a similar position with all the hiding spots.
That is true, and now they're just taking quick control of reception. No one's really contesting them, and they're moving very slowly through backstage. I believe what their plan is here, they want to move into club using the 2 doors here. They do have the charge set up. Now the charge is going to go off, and they're taking club control. No one's in club right now. They're all split up. Defenders on the bottom side, attackers on the top side, and they're just in a bit of a tug of war match, taking pot shots at each other through the doorway. A Molotov is delaying it right now, and there is a barbed wire in the way. They don't have a frag grenade. They can't get rid of this barbed wire. This is going to be really, really bad for the attackers. But they do have the wall charge going off. They're able to get a bit of a peek hole, but that wall charge isn't going to be able to, go through. There's a shelf in the way. They can't go through that wall charge. That wall charge doesn't grab anyone either. It doesn't get a kill. And Shady goes down, and now Hypa's looking in a rough spot. They have to get a pick here. They have to get a kill here to get a little bit of an advantage. Flashes are going in. That barbed wire did get deleted by the wall charge, though, and now they're moving in with this. Flash is going off. Adexi goes down. Now Stars is about to go down. There we go. Inkgeek does get killed by his teammate, and Xylo is going to go for the defuse now. Perhaps with Birdie covering. Birdie does have the Saber, though, and Birdie is a really good sniper. So we'll see if Birdie wants to go for the cover. There we go. Xylo defusing. They're going to go for the wall bangs, but it's not reaching anyone. Birdie does get the kill on the person in office. 70%, 80%. Marbles goes down, and now the game is going to go to Hypa.
Wow.
7-5, a similar score to last time. Man, that was close.
Man, two tight games tonight. And just credit to Hypa for playing so well tonight. Like, both teams played incredibly well. Nothing against Fierce, but Hypa to be able to pull it out the way they did, just incredible.
Yeah, it was looking great from the beginning, but then we started to realize it was a pattern. You know, the attackers just won over and over again. I think that's just because these teams are just super strong in attack. They're very creative with their attacking plans, but on defense, you know, it gets a little rough sometimes. Defense is hard, especially when you're going up against these creative plans. You know, it's hard.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's ridiculous, and especially for it to have gone to the pretty much the wire like it did. Like, a single defensive round is what really sealed this game off.
Yeah, Hypa picked up that one defense round, and from that point on, they just kept on winning round after round, and Fierce couldn't do anything at that point. They had to win a defense round, and they couldn't pick one up.
I legitimately thought they were going to win that final one.
It was looking bad for Hypa.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but you could tell that the auto shotty, he got a kill with it, but the flashes just really took him out of it and really made it so he only got one kill, wasn't able to finish. He had two more right in front of him. It's unfortunate. And then Birdie with the Saber just not missing a shot.
Yeah. It's very strong players on both sides. Birdie showing their masterful sniping skills, and you know, as a whole, both teams just showing their skill off. I mean, what a close game. It's very rare that you see games like this, and I mean, even last match was extremely close as well. But man, we're seeing a lot of evenly matched teams.
For sure, it's so much fun to watch. Like, I hate watching blowouts. I love when I'm playing. I love blowing out the other team, but man, it's so much more fun to watch evenly matched teams. It draws you in, whereas when it's a blowout, you're just kind of there. You're present, you're seeing it happen, and then it ends as you know it's going to end. This was it was drama right until the final 4 rounds. And even the final 4 rounds were drama too.
Yeah, man.
Who really stood out in your opinion tonight in these games?
I mean, especially on for Fierce, they had Marbles, you know, doing some very strong plays with the utility. You know, the frag grenades. Obviously, the frag grenade through the window on Factory was absolutely masterfully done. It absolutely, you know, did great for them during that round to be able to secure that round and just clearing out the defenders after they had the momentum of clearing out one defender right through the window at the beginning of the round without losing any health was extremely important for them. And Marbles just, you know, had very good knowledge of when to use frag grenades and, you know, even getting the kill on the defender using the frag grenade, not risking a gunfight. Very strong player right there. And, you know, on the other team, you know, we've got, you know, Hypa, they did great on all sides. You know, Zombie Bacon was getting kills, you know, left and right. Inkgeek was also doing great. Xylo also doing wonderful. Birdie, you know, with the sniping, doing amazing. Honestly, all of the people on that team were doing great, and you know, I think it shows. You know, Hypa won, and they were able to secure one round, and they took that momentum to the end of the game.
Yeah, no, that was definitely like just huge momentum there. Like, seeing Marbles with his frag grenades was just huge. Like, love seeing it. Frag grenade kills are some of my favorite things, but something that I really took away from it, going from the first game to this game, and once again, I'm not saying anything bad about Momentum and Paragon. It's just that you can see the experience difference. You know what I mean? You can see that Hypa and Fierce have some players who've been in this game since alpha, and so to see the economy control from these teams, they always had flashbangs when they needed them. Whereas I felt there was a number of rounds in the first game where maybe all their flashbangs got used in the first two doors, and they were just going from there. So it looks like we have some interviews ready to go. So I think we have a member from Hypa coming in to do an interview with us. Hopefully they'll be in here soon.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear their thoughts on the match as a whole. I mean, the attacker plans are just on point, and I want to know their thoughts on that exactly.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see. Let's see here. All right, doesn't look like they're in yet. Here we are.
What's up?
How's it going, everyone? Congratulations on a fantastic game.
Thank you.
So, I mean, I guess the first thing is what are your guys' thoughts on how it went? Just in general, how do you feel it went? How do you feel you performed? What would you like to maybe work on? We know that you guys won and performed incredibly well, but what are some things that you guys saw that you'd like to improve on maybe for future matches?
Who wants to go first? Zombie?
Well, I was going to say, I think definitely one thing that we were talking about, particularly also in game, is as you see, I think not only the maps we got were attacker sided, but I think our defender side's a little weak because we lost those 5 in a row. But I think what really changed the tempo of the match was taking back, I believe it was that last defender map on the second half.
Absolutely.
That really hyped us up and really made it easier to push through, because those first 2 maps were definitely attacker sided in our opinion. And then the third one was just about executing it correctly, and we just got, the clutch from Zillow and everyone, and Birdie just really came through with that, the aim, and just playing it well. So,
that was. I think he and I were talking about it. Spooky and I were talking about it, and that was something I said. I was like, even though Fierce is up 5-4, that is the biggest momentum shift you could have in this game right now. Just to have someone finally win a defender-sided, especially with how powerfully you guys both teams were attacking. It was just incredible to watch, and the creativity there was just so high from both of y'all. How do you feel about how they played?
I think they played well, to be honest, man. I mean, we've scrimmed them before. They've always been a really good team. I think everybody knows that, in all honesty. Yeah, they played really well. I don't think they played bad at all today. Everybody's got the new maps. Everybody got new maps, so all the teams are like, trying to decipher the maps as fast as they can and figure out, angles and what to do and where to hold and stuff like that. So I think everybody played well. In all honesty, it was a close match. Everybody saw it. It was a very close match.
Yeah,
sure. I think they played well, straight up.
We've scrimmed them a couple times before, and we noticed kind of like during the first couple of rounds that they ecoed more than they usually do. So we kind of found that weird. Like they only brought like Grubers, I think, the first round, like, and then like Nax and stuff like that. Like I think it was C-Store, right? And then like they had no auto shotty first round at all. Like not even just like one drum, even if they lost. Like it's hard to play that first C-Store map and not like you have eco. Like I guess they assumed that that's the attacker sided map because of that fucking window. That literally you could spam flashes. I think that's what they even did to us through the window the entire time while you take sight.
For sure. I think the thing is that it's so hard for Fierce to play badly, and they didn't. I don't think I've ever seen any of the guys on that team make a bad decision in terms of gameplay. And I think this was it was definitely a drawn out fight. I mean, it was 7-5 by no means. We could have tied it up, who knows? And that's the kind of the thing with playing against a team like Fierce, is we had to come really, I think, mentally prepared. And it's definitely, I think what we were able to take advantage of was them going into the first half blind with the map selection, which I think gave us an edge on attackers, but then it also really punished us going into the defender sides blind, because that's always hard to do as defenders, no matter what. If you don't know the maps, don't and come up with that on the fly. There's so little planning time sometimes.
No, absolutely. That can defending in this game is definitely so hard, especially against a well-coordinated team that knows how to push and knows how to utilize their utility. It's like it's obviously like people talk about Rainbow Six Siege being a utility game, but like this is also, especially just the flashbangs and smoke, just how you utilize those can really change the whole outcome of a game.
Last match, perfect example. We were down in person. We picked up a flash, landed a really good flash on site, and it blinded 3 people and allowed us to take site. Like flashes are 100%. Most of the time, I would say out of all the maps, Kill House is about the only map that's even close to being even because of the amount of wallbang you can do on it, where you can lower the attacker's health pools. You know, because they got the 50 armor, you can lower it down by all the wallbangs you get. I mean, you saw them; they were wallbanging a lot. They hit a lot of shots. We get some shots back. But the real momentum in attacking is the flashbang and where it hits, like straight up. It's all about the flashbang placement and the rush. It's 100% it. That's why mollies are so valuable. It's all about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think also that last map, I got lucky getting a trade on Diag, and then Addicts killing me, and then having the team coming after me. It was just a moment of showing how strong splashes are, but also how much that team coordination really plays into the game as well.
Yeah, I remember going down from auto shotty in hallway, and you could obviously tell that they at least had a couple people on bomb, but not everyone. So when I was doing like overview when I was dead, we had one guy, I don't remember who threw the flash on bomb site, but as soon as I saw that go in, I just screamed like, everyone go in. Like, you're gonna overpower site with one flash, you're gonna kill everyone, and then they have to fight back for site. Like, I don't know how they're gonna take that back, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is, this wasn't a game where anyone played poorly. This was definitely a slug out team of hopefully 2 teams we'll see in the upper bracket DPL once season starts. Yeah, I know we're both going for it, so it'll be fun to play them again.
Yeah, and I imagine it's like almost invaluable to have like a tournament like this where you can come up against them and some other high level teams and get that experience even outside of DPL. Because I know you guys scrim and everything, but like being in a tournament, being in a legit competitive setting outside of just scrims, like it has a whole different feel to it.
Yeah, that's amazing. And dealing with nerves especially was something I struggled with earlier in the rounds, and later on I dealt with it a bit better, and that's gonna be necessary for season 2.
Same.
Yeah, I'm old, man. My heart can't take it.
Oh man, Spooky, you have any questions for him?
No, I think we touched on all the important bits and pieces of the match. But honestly, just congratulations, guys, on the intense match, and I hope to see you guys and doing well in the next bracket that we're having.
Oh yeah, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much
For sure.
for the opportunity as well to the guys who hosted this tournament. It's very nice to let just about anybody join. Yeah, hopefully there'll be more of this.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Hypa, and believe we're gonna move on now to the other team. Now we're gonna interview Fierce now.
All right.
Just a quick farewell to Hypa, and now we can bring in Fierce for an interview. Daxi, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty fine. What about you?
Doing great. After seeing that super intense match from you guys, you guys put up a great fight. We're not able to bring it, home in the end, but I think you guys did extremely well.
Yeah, I'm happy with how we performed because I feel the new maps really messed us up recently. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can ask like Fishy or any red team. We actually scrimmed them earlier today. We've been in a momentum shift recently. Like we've been changing up our playstyle a lot, and we've been struggling on defense. So we're gonna have off days like this, and not to discredit Hypa at all. They are an amazing team. Every time we've scrimmed them, it has come down to 5-7 or 4-7, and they're a really good team. But sometimes you just have an off day like that, and it messes you up, man.
Yeah. You guys did great on your attacking rounds. The defense rounds. I mean, even both teams were losing their defense rounds, and Hypa. I think that what won them the game was winning that one defense and being able to bring that home. And I think that getting that defense round is what got them that win. But I think you guys were neck and neck completely on the attacking rounds. Your plans were top notch, and you guys were doing very well.
Yeah, I'm really happy with what we've been doing. I mean, if I want to go a little bit more in depth, me and Marbles have been doing this like sort of duo IGL. So if something's not working, we can always swap whose mind is like cranking through. So we try not to be very predictable, but sometimes plans just don't work, even if they are like high tier, high IQ.
For sure. So in terms of, because like he said, the attack rounds from both teams were so creative, and you saw Marbles get those 2 frag grenades, and 2 of the attack rounds that were just beautiful. But going to the defensive rounds, like what, in your mind, what is something you guys would maybe like to see, or even in terms of like the maps? Was there something in the maps that you guys felt made it harder to defend? Or was it just something like on your guys' end personally?
I mean, I don't want to talk crap about the maps because it's it's procedurally generated, and then they have somebody come in and make sure the maps aren't broken or anything. But recently, yeah, the maps have been super attacker sided, and that's really frustrating because the attackers already have the advantage if they can manage their flashes properly. And
for sure,
recently we've been kind of in the shift. I mean, we scrimmed Red, we scrimmed Logos, we scrimmed Slaughterhouse. All of those games, we've been sort of changing how we play. We've been taking like tons of notes on VODs, and I would get into that, but that would take ages. But we've been taking a lot of notes, and we've been going through this like playstyle shift because we're finally like figuring out everybody's role in the team. So while we're not being as dominant and getting 7-0s right now, we're still being a consistent team, which I'm happy with. So right now, there are some growing pains, but I think we can get through that. And I'm not unhappy with anything the team's been doing recently.
For sure. You guys definitely have one of the more talented groups of people that I've seen. I don't know all the team rosters yet, but from what I've seen and from what I've looked up, you guys are stacked for sure. So
thank you.
It's just some growing pains. And like you said, some of the maps, and obviously, like you said, they're procedurally generated. So it's not, it's not a big thing, but they have been attacker sided in many ways. So it's just something to adjust to.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. I mean, as we play more and more, we're going to get more experience as a team because even though we all have like individual experience and hundreds of games under our belts, I mean, it's really team chemistry and just like making sure everybody knows their like part in the team at this point.
No, absolutely. That was all my questions. Do you have anything else, Spooky?
No, nothing really, but just to congratulate you on doing well during the match. It doesn't matter if you lost. You guys did great. You guys put up a great fight, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play in the DPL, right?
Yeah, we're going to be doing qualifiers for DPL Season 2. We're planning to sign up for basically every tournament we can. I mean, as long as we can stay on the grind and we stay consistent, I mean, who knows where we'll go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can do in the future.
Thank you.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us, man. Once again, congrats on a fantastic game. Just sorry, the dice rolled in one other direction on one round, basically.
Yeah, it's all good. Things happen, and I mean, Fierce will come back stronger than ever in these next few tournaments. Just make sure to watch out for us in League Season 2, and all I gotta say is stay fierce, boys.
Absolutely. Hey, have a great night, man. Thanks for joining us.
You too. Thank you for bringing us in here, and thank you for hosting this event.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. So that is nearing the end of our stream tonight. Just a couple quick things we want to mention. We have 3 games scheduled for tomorrow. We have Game 5 and Game 6, which are both semifinals. The first semifinal is going to be Hypa versus Momentum. That's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Game 6, we have Slaughterhouse versus SPG at 4 Eastern Time. And then 2 hours after that, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the finals. It's going to be an exciting day for Due Process. We're going to have so much fun watching all of this develop and just enjoy the drama as it unfolds. I think that's about all we've got for you guys tonight. We dropped the keys in chat. We watched 2 terrific games that came down to the absolute wire. Watched some ridiculously talented players play. I'm Strabismal, co-casting with Spooky over here. And I think we're going to end it tonight. So everyone have a great night. We really appreciate you guys stopping by, and we will see you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.